on his bed, and I think I slept off before he even came back. And when he came back, that happened. I stood up from his bed and I went to my bed because I wasn't comfortable. Because I didn't feel like in place. And I went to my bed. And the next morning, after him being bright, he literally walked past me.
Baelish.
And I'm like, I am mad as well. So I'm not going to have it. And I'm like, that's why I told you. Because we barely even said anything to each other, to be honest. And I wasn't even lying about that. And after then, I moved on. And then I went ahead, I told Prince that I'm not even sure, after that happened, I'm not even sure that I'm feeling this guy like that. I think it's just infatuation. I think it's just a thing of the moment. And then, after I had that conversation, it ended there. And he's here. From that day till now, I ain't ever seen you before.
When you came out, though, because you're on the finale, you also mentioned his name on stage.
Oh,
Ew.
that was me avoiding the Prince Ptolemy Nengi situation, to be honest. That was me not trying to, and I told him about it. That was me not trying to put myself in that situation because they have been out, like they were out before me.
Yeah.
Because in my head, when I stepped down from that stage, I'm like, oh, they fixed their issues.
Yeah.
They're back together. So I looked at him. I'm like,
You were
because
going to call
even during the final week, I remember that they all kept asking me, so tell us, who do you like, who do you like,
So
who do you
Prince
like?
you were going to call?
Yeah, you did.
I was, exactly, and I think Nengi was like, it's Prince, I know it's Prince.
I was really surprised. Yeah, you saying Brighto.
I had to say that just to not be
Was
the
it
one.
Prince you were going to say?
Of course it was Prince I was going to say.
So Brighto was like the decoy. So you used him as well.
I don't want to be a bad person. I don't with you, but I don't want to be a bad person. I feel like you were very cold in the house. Maybe if you weren't the kind of person you were, maybe I would have liked you and tried to make an advance. But you were so cold. I felt like you were a vampire, to be honest. And I'm not trying to talk you down. I felt like you were so cold. And because I can be cold as well, you were deep. You were so deep. And coming out of the house and hearing that you were telling people to apply pressure. And it was almost like you were very corny because you will literally sit at the dining and I will not even see you having that kind of conversation with people. And I felt bad for you, to be honest.
Did you feel bad about how you were treated?
Oh, no, I didn't, because I literally X'd from the group chat.
Yeah.
I excused myself. I didn't.
You want to say something before we get to Brighto?
And that's it for me. So, what really hurt me and what made me call her fake was because it looked like she said one thing, Bright says another thing. That's one.
And you can imagine the kind of situation I was in as well.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah. So now what to me off was you having a conversation with Lekon and you guys going on and on about me being so pushy about the situation.
Who first? Who brought it
Let
up?
me finish. When I can't remember. I think it's Lekon.
Okay, I'm just checking because I remember vividly.
Loki, you kind of went on and on. I don't know if you were so interested about how I was laughing about
because in as much as I knew that you guys had this friendship where you would always laugh.
Finish and that's it.
Okay, cool.
So now, what now really hurts me? So I wasn't the one that Lekon should have said those things about Lekon. I was actually hurt.
First, I did this BJ thing. Yes, new information.
It's new, man.
So I asked her and she said, we barely spoke. And
because we barely spoke!
Exactly. Because we spoke about that. She went to his bed, but she barely spoke, and she came back to her bed. But honestly, he says, no, you laugh. He says, yes, you laugh. He said, and he was always cold. I saw the way he was always acting when
you want me to laugh at.
Even if you talk
that was just that was the vibe I got. So I'm actually sorry that you thought I should have put into consideration that she said BJ toilet.
Wait, this one.
I didn't know about that. I'm surprised that.
You wanted to say something, Katrina? Okay,
I'm actually sorry though.
So I stayed in the house for just 2, and I washed my fads outside the house. I never saw Dorothy and Prince being an item ever in my life. Yeah, they had this connection of this their attitude and their character and their fun, whatever stuff they do. But I never saw them as an item. And up till this moment, I still, wait. Then at the finale, Brighto happened.
So up to the finale, you didn't even know there was a Brighto situation
No.
with her?
No, I never did. Then I was just there looking at my girl and they were like, if you had to choose a man, would you choose? And
you
she
had
said, Brighto. Oh, I was like, what's going on here? And this whole whatever now that what Tony just said, I am so shook. I have kept you, my girl. You are the best.
Like, I'm proud.
And I'm proud of you. With my full chest.
Do you understand?
I'm all for that. Yeah.
Lucy, tell us how proud you